This is a market review for February 11th. Yep, February 11th, 2025. Today we had Powell speaking at 10 o'clock a.m., and I saw that Trump was tentative to speak. Whether he spoke or not, I don't know. But Powell speaking absolutely rules out the day for me. So, as you can see here, the daily candle is underwhelming, but with such an expansive Monday candle and this huge green one here, a retrace is to be expected. So today did suffice for that. Down to the hourly, overnight, well, starting yesterday during lunch, market started retracing after this big expansion up. We came to, I don't think we hit, yep, no equilibrium. However, there was a 4-hour balance here, which I believe these are good. Close of 675.50, open of 676. No, technically that is the high of it. You can see kind of the volume imbalance right there. So we include, instead of the low of the fair value up here, we put it there, which in this sense validates this as a valid point to retrace to. Back to the hourly, we see the body is closed perfectly there, and then reject immediately off of it. It'll be easier to see on the 15-minute, but classic from 2 to 7, accumulation, New York, manipulation, distribution. This last leg in the manipulation was purely to wick below that 4-hour. Then, as you can see, we got an expansion, lunch reversed, retraced to here, and then we went from there. Very low volume day because of Powell. Easier to see here. 2 o'clock open here, low, high, stayed within that the whole time. 7 o'clock happens, manipulation, distribution. This 15-minute here, if we extend that, which I'm not going to because it takes up a significant amount of the daily range, it does include like 1 touch here, 2, leaves it, 3, 4. It gets touched a lot. But nonetheless, manipulation, distribution, reversed around 11, right? So London closes, we start reversing. Lunch kicks in, we take minor buy side, and then we retrace down to a 1 minute. We'll see that lower, or on a lower time frame. And then we resume the bullish price action here. Take it out here. There's an SMT of these highs, which causes us to retrace to here. And then we kind of meander off from there. Now on the 5-minute, kind of just the same as the 15, can't really see much else. However, here you can see a lot more of the, how should I say this, low volume aspect. We had a huge first 5-minute candle, and then for the next, 30 minutes, whole lot of nothing, whole lot of wiki price action, not really going anywhere. And then once it does move, we still have these huge wicks. So this is price going up, all the way down, up, close, up, down, close, open, down, up, close, open, down. And it's just very, very expansion, immediate retrace of that. Expansion, immediate retrace of that. And it's not something you can really, with my experience level, predict because this low took out this low and you don't know when it's going to take out what. So I saw that and I said, hands off that as well as Powell. Notable thing on the 5-minute is this inverse here. It wasn't validated, but it does seem to hold price from there. Then expansion, hits its target, continues behavior, reacts with this 5 minute here. Good closures around first presentation of yesterday. And then lunch ends, macro resumes, bullish expansion, retrace, because there's an SMT up here. And I believe there's one up here at this point too. Retrace, expansion, larger SMT here, as well as last hour of trading. What is untouched? Sell side, because we just took out this. So we seek that, but we create an SMT, which resumes the bullish price action. But with time, it kind of just meandered out to nothingness. Now on the 1 minute, we can see this fair value gap there with a 930 candle. Extend that perfectly, reacts off of it here, and then the high of it there. We had an expansion right into the opening range gap. You can see a lot better what I was talking about. Like, there's no real purpose of this price. SMT of these lows, nothing to really do with it. No inefficiencies to play off of. This one, however, rejected here and then became a focal point for the move. So it rejected it here, respected it here, broke through it once, disrespected it, boom, respected it, up, closure, respected it, and then we expanded. Another 1 minute here, expansion up, 1050, so 1050 to 1110 macro starts. We have an order block here with this candle, closure below this, tap back into that, might actually be mean threshold, nope. So tap back into this order block, expansion downwards, again, 5 minute inverse, holding price there. Here's what I was talking about with lunch. So buy side, we played bullish for AM session. So lunch is going to look to target sell side liquidity. We start lunch by rallying to take out buy side, minor buy side. Tapping once more into this 5 minute. No SMT of these highs. And then we very abruptly displace lower from there. Traveling all the way down to, again, this 1 minute, which is our target. Why is that our target? Well, it's below equilibrium 1. And other than that, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really know. Because it could have chose anything here, but since this is also part of an imbalance, we have to allow price to come all the way down to that. Does so, respects it, plays bullish, reacts off this 1 minute here, 5 minute here. SMT of these lows, followed by, well, these kind of overlap, but that's an inverse. Validated inverse with this candle here. Expansion. Price comes back down to this fair value gap and this inverse, and then expands higher. With the algorithm resuming, it resumes the bullish price action of the morning. SMT here, and I believe at this time we had an SMT with this high as well over here. So SMT of high time frame and these causes us to retrace. I don't believe this is a 15 minute. This actually might be a 15 minute at this point. Anyways, tap into it, give another expansion up, create another SMT here. ES clearly takes out this high and NQ doesn't. I'm not going to pull up ES just because that's a lot of work, but you take my word for it. You know what? Screw it. That was roughly around lunch. So we can see here, 145 high, above 1045 high, right? 1050, 150, 1050. Oops. Oh, 250. Well, so SMT here with 150. SMT here, but then ES makes another high, which is above this one, which is that 250 high. So technically, there's an SMT on both of these, which causes the retrace. And I'd like to think that the reason that this one didn't go so far down, there's multiple reasons in my head for it doing so. If we look on ES, this first retrace here, SMT here, first retrace, took us down to concentric encroachment of this, right? And then boom, same thing here, below concentric encroachment of that. If we go to NQ, that doesn't necessarily happen, right? We don't hit equilibrium for this one, which is a possible cause for this being a deeper retrace. But either way, larger time frame SMT, expansion lower, another order block reaction there, or fair value gap, I guess you could say. But it does close outside of this fair value gap. This candle closes outside of this fair value gap. But since there's an order block up here, it's within acceptability in my mind. Then another expansion lower, fair value gap, taking out these lows. Another important thing to point out, 3 o'clock, we're entering the last hour of trading, which takes out any untapped liquidity. We just took out buy side. There's an SMT of these highs, so in my mind, those are protected. What hasn't been touched yet is sell side, right? This low. So we go down and take that, disrupt that liquidity, and then go off into the safe zone where it likes to close. Now, as far as tomorrow, I think we are likely to see a bullish expansion. There's CPI tomorrow and maybe some other things. But I am looking to play bullish tomorrow. We've got 3 relative equal highs up here. Discount opening, that accounts for the wick. Wednesday, expansion, retrace, expansion, retrace. I think we're going to see another leg up here. So what might happen is Asian session might rally, London session might retrace that and switch to bullish, and then New York might continue. Again, we'll see what Asia and London actually bring tomorrow morning, and that will help build a more solid bias for trading as far as tomorrow is concerned. With CPI, I am not looking to enter before 8:30, and I am looking to be cautious once market opens if I'm going to take a trade. CPI always gets a little rowdy, so we'll see if there's anything I like in the markets. I might be picky, I might not. I'll go into it being picky, but if market conditions look good, then I'll take it just if it was a regular day and a regular news event. So this has been your market review for February 11th, 2025.